36 years after the death of Jim Morrison, the Doors are more popular than ever. I was honored to sit down with Kreiger and Manzarek and talk about their past, their current band, and their recollections of a rock and roll legend.
What is it about the music of your era, 60s and 70s, that makes it timeless as opposed to new music which doesn't seem to have that quality?
We had better music. That's all there is to it.
And many critics agree with Robby Kreiger, who is the Doors guitarist from the beginning to the end when Jim Morrison died in 1971. I asked keyboardist Ray Manzarek how they came up with their unique and legendary sound.
We opened the doors of perception. There were certain psychedelic substances that were legal and are now illegal that we ingested, and they were not certainly heroin or cocaine, but they were LSD and mushrooms and things like that. You open the doors of perception and you break on through to the other side, and I don't think anybody dares to break on through to the other side, because then you'll be free and alone.
Kreiger and Manzarek's current band is called Riders on the Storm. They call it the resurrection of the Doors. 2007 marks the 40th anniversary of the Doors' biggest hit.
40th anniversary, by the way, of Light My Fire.
40th anniversary. Light My Fire was the #1 song in America right now as we're talking.
Jim Morrison's alcohol and drug problems were well known. I asked Kreiger and Manzarek whether the singer had ever considered going to rehab.
Rehab did not exist.
Right, the only thing there was Synanon, and Synanon was for junkies. There wasn't any really alcoholic kind of thing. And Jim had a tendency...
Yes, there was wasn't there?
I don't know. I know there was Synanon down on the beach where we were.
Anyway, Jim was not the kind of guy who would, who you could say, Jim, let's go to rehab, you know?
And he would say, okay, no, because I'm a drunk.
Jim Morrison left American soil for the last time in March of 1971. He went to Paris with his girlfriend, Pam Corson. 4 months later, Kreiger and Manzarek received devastating news.
He just wanted to go out and have a different perspective on stuff, write some poetry, and he was fully expecting to come back. You know, our LA Woman album was doing great, and we were getting ready to do another album.
What do you guys remember about being told of Jim's death?
Well, at first we didn't believe it, because, you know, we would hear stories about, oh, Jim fell out the window, and or he's dead, or something like that. We sent our manager, Bill Siddons, over to France to verify the fact. And he called up and said, yes, it's true. Yeah, I mean, it was our whole life was gone, you know. It was like the guy who was our brother and our whole songwriting.
Well, he was the lead singer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the lead singer is the most important member of the band.